Hey guys, welcome back to Yin Yang TK, and earlier this week Arcade actually reached out to me and asked me if I was interested in testing out one of their new products, a new arcade controller machine that's supposed to be a revolution of retro gaming. So I was just sent the Arcade2TV-XR, so I'm going to do an unboxing and giving you my honest review. Let's get started. So I received two huge boxes from Arcade. The first box that I received was the actual stand of the arcade machine, and it was a pretty heavy box. I live in the second floor, so you can imagine it took me a while for me to actually carry this to the second floor. And these are all of the components that were inside the box of the stand, and it does look very intimidating, but as long as you have the instruction manual, it's pretty straightforward process. It gives you like a step-by-step process. It gives you pictures, and you don't need any extra tools. The tools are already provided by them. And if you do need extra help, like if you're a visual learner, there is a QR code that you can scan on your phone, and it immediately takes you to this video aid how-to video. So it shows you, especially if you're not good at reading, how to kind of manage and build the stand from beginning to end, and to make sure that you're doing everything right, and what screws to use and how to do it little by little. It did take me a while to kind of screw some of the huge screws. I actually had to use DW40 on some of them because just couldn't get in. But overall, it did take me about an hour to complete this. Even in the manual, it says that it is preferable that it's a two-man job, but since I didn't have anyone to help me out, I kind of had to do it myself. The second box that I got was an actual arcade machine, and this is the one that I was kind of curious about. So once I got it out of the box, I put it on top of the stand, and it was pretty straightforward. The nice finish of the arcade machine itself looks exactly what was promised to me by Arcade, and it's a pretty good length too. You can stand, you can sit, and when I wanted to light it up, it even looks even more beautiful. So it had some touchscreen interfaces, and as well as just them being lit up as well. So the analog stick actually felt pretty good. The buttons didn't feel clunky, they feel pretty smooth. And then the spinner ball also felt good, especially for those old arcade games like from the 80s and 90s. And then you see the Arcade being lit up by the RGB lights. So it wasn't pretty, hard in order for me to figure out. You just had to plug in everything and make sure that that everything was pretty, good and screwed. And in order for you to adjust the length of the arcade machine, there's just a special way of doing it. So there is kind of like a lever on the back, so you kind of have to kind of push down and kind of adjust. And even though it kind of looks kind of wobbly a little bit, it's because I didn't screw the bolts hard enough. So it kind of gives you like a visual aid of how to move from up to down. So if you want to make it higher or lower. They also give you another manual in order for you to understand how to connect your arcade machine to your computer, as well as other old or new generation consoles. They also give you this new adapter, but I couldn't use it because I didn't even have any of the other adapters that you needed in order for you to play the retro games or the new gen games. So in order for you to actually utilize this, you do have to go to their website and purchase a adapter specifically for the system that you want, either for a retro system or the new gen system. So it kind of gives you examples for the PS2, the Xbox 360, and also for the new gen PS5, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch. But unfortunately, I didn't have it, and they didn't come with it, and I kind of wish that it did, because I think that would make a big difference, especially if it was a new one. And this gives you kind of like a chart on the ultimate capability on showing what works. So I couldn't even test out any of my retro games or even some of my new games because I didn't have the adapters. So if you guys are interested in purchasing this, it's actually on pre-order for their website for $500. For me personally, it looks pretty cool. I just wish I had the opportunity to actually use it on either my retro game consoles or my new gen consoles, because without the adapters, it's very hard for me to kind of give you a good analysis of how well this machine worked, because I just couldn't get it to work with the adapter itself, because again, that's one part of the adapter that you need in order for you to get the full experience. But overall, I can kind of see that this is a pretty cool idea and has good aesthetics. But for me, I don't know if a lot of gamers are willing to spend $500, especially on a controller like this, without having the adapter itself. So what about you guys? What do you guys think about the X Arcade? Write your comments below. And if you like the content of this video, please hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, hit the notifications so you know future videos are available. Alright everyone, I hope you enjoyed today, and again, stay awesome.